My name is Alicia Gray, and I'm from Chillicothe, Ohio, born and raised here in Ross County, and I am teaching Spanish here at Chillicothe High School. Growing up in Chillicothe, I think it's typical of most people who live in a small town. You can't wait to leave. And when I graduated, I couldn't wait to leave. I remember having arguments with my mother. It was like, I just can't wait to get out of here. Just can't wait to leave, can't wait to leave. And went off to go to college and spent 4 years going to college outside of Chillicothe in Columbus. Didn't want to go too far. And after college, I moved to California, came back, lived in Chillicothe for a little while, and then I lived in Columbus, and figured out that Chillicothe wasn't so bad after all. My mother always said, okay, you're such a good teacher, you should go into teaching. I'm like, oh, I don't know. The pay's not that good. She said, but you're such a good teacher. And I think one of the things that I think I mentioned earlier is that she instilled in all of us in the family a love of learning. And I've always loved to read. And so I like being able to give to others that sense of reading and learning, and always being able to learn and being a lifelong learner, and making sure that what I know I can give to others. I've dealt with high schools across the United States, having worked for a textbook publishing company. And so I've had an opportunity to see what's out there. And again, coming back to Chillicothe, and after having that experience, Chillicothe isn't bad at all. And while we may have our issues, I think most districts have their issues. But I don't think it's anything that's insurmountable. And the school district overall has addressed and recognizes those issues. And I think part of being able to address those issues is establishing relationships. We can't know what a child is going through unless we have that relationship with them, and making sure that we emphasize being able to know those kids. If a kid is hungry, he's not going to learn. If a kid is inadequately dressed, she's not going to be able to learn. And so being able to make sure that the basic needs are provided for them so that we can reach them as far as our instruction goes. I've looked at the statistics, and I think living in Appalachia gets a bad rap. I think that we're better than we think we are. I think that we're doing better than we think we are, and we just need to make sure that we know it, we have the confidence, and be able to show others that we are more than where we're from. I think it's something that, if you compare to where we were 5 years ago, we've come a long way. We still have a long way to go. Appalachian living, education, social culture, however way you want to look at it, is unique to the people that live here. And what they have and bring to the table as their experiences, it's cultural, it's generational. And I think that generational can be good and it can be bad. The generational traditions, the strengths that come with those traditions, and what's passed on from generation to generation, we've looked at it from the perspective of generational poverty and generational addiction, but I think we also need to look at the strengths and the traditions that are passed down from generation to generation, and emphasize those a lot more than we do and have, because that's what makes us uniquely us as Appalachian. Our education reflects that, the traditions that we've had that I haven't seen in other places, that we need to bring back, and that there is value in having tradition, there is strength in having tradition, because it also goes back to the family and how much that plays into who we are as a people. And regardless of the issues that we have, that we still want to overcome those issues. We recognize them for what they are, and again, know and feel confident that we are more than what is around us. And we try to instill that in our kids, that you are more than where you come from. I know our own city has had issues with that, but being able to get the kids to understand that you can rise above it. Others have, and you can too, and what can we do to help you do that?